Hi everyone. So in this video, we're going to be working through a Year 12 mechanics question from the AS 2018 paper on SUVAT in one dimension. So a man throws a tennis ball into the air so that at the instant when the ball leaves his hand, the ball is 2 meters above the ground and is moving vertically upwards with a speed of 9. So maybe we can do a little diagram here. So we've got the ball, which is here. Here's the ground. Got like a 2 meter height there initially, and we're moving up with an initial speed of 9 in this case here. So the motion of the ball is modeled as that of a particle moving freely under gravity, and the acceleration due to gravity is modeled as being a constant 10. So normally you have to assume in mechanics that gravitational acceleration is 9.8. In this case, we're assuming it's 10 because the question has told us so. So let's just put in like an arrow here for acceleration. The acceleration going downwards here would be 10 in this case. Now the ball hits the ground capital T seconds after leaving the man's hand. So the ball is kind of doing this, is going to go up to the top there, and then it's going to fall back down here to the ground. So again, T seconds is the time it hits the ground. So using the model, find the value of T. But just before we get into the video, I want to make you all aware about a web app that I have created. Now, this app that you see on the screen here is designed to predict the 2027 Edexcel A-level Maths topics that will come up in your 2027 exams. So now that the 2026 exams are finished, we now have access to those questions. So what I've done is I've analysed all of the questions from 2026 back to 2018 and also including the sample and the specimen Edexcel papers. And I've used that data to put together a model which will predict the topics for the 2027 exams. And if we just scroll down here, you will see how accurate this model that I'm using is. So if you do want to have access to the full predictions for the 2027 exams and also have access to a web app which will generate mock exam papers based on these predictions, that is what you can get if you do sign up to this app. Just go to the link in the description of this video, and also you can get the link to this web app in my bio. Click that link, sign up. You can see on the top right of the page here, you can sign up to the app, and you'll be able to access all of these 2027 predictions. Okay, so it's constant acceleration. So remember, constant acceleration means SUVAT. Okay, so constant acceleration of 10, or it could be G, or it could be 9.8 in another potential question, but obviously in this question it's 10. Any constant acceleration, we're talking SUVAT equations. So therefore, SUVAT. So what you can do is write down your letters for SUVAT. So S is the displacement, U is the initial speed, V will be the final speed, A will be the acceleration. Sorry, let's put an equal sign there instead. Use the rubber tool to rub that out. There we go. And then equal sign. And then T, obviously, for the time. So the displacement, if we think about the displacement to start with, so the ball starts 2 meters above the ground. The ball then finishes 2 meters below where it started. So this is a -2 displacement. If we just assume that everything upwards is positive and everything downwards is negative, well, because we finished 2 meters behind where we started, you would say that's a -2 displacement. So then the initial speed, as we know, is 9. We're told that. We don't know the final speed at this moment, but we know the acceleration. Well, the magnitude of acceleration is 10, but because remember, we're dealing with vector quantities, acceleration is a vector quantity, just like displacement is, just like velocity is. So we need to put here -10 because the acceleration is acting downwards to the ground, just like the displacement is behind where we start. So a negative displacement, acceleration is working against us. It's a negative acceleration. And the time we want is capital T. So we want to use S, U, A, and T. Which SUVAT equation will that be? Just another quick interjection. If you are currently doing Edexcel A-level Maths and you feel that you're struggling or you're falling behind and you're not quite getting that grade that you need to get in order to get into university, or perhaps you're a parent watching this and you're worried about your child's progress, what you can do is you can head to my website. Now, my website is in my bio and also in the description of this video. Click onto the link. And you can watch a brief video about me and my background. You see this video on the screen here. In this video, I outline the style and the structure of my tuition. You can also read some of my reviews and testimonials from other parents and students who have worked with me on this website too. So if you feel like one-to-one tuition is something that would benefit you in order to get the grades that you need to get, then again, just head to this website. And what you can do is you can book a free 90-minute call with me. And in that call, we'll spend some time discussing you, your situation, your ambitions, what you want to achieve, the grade you want to get, and why you feel like you're struggling and why you feel like maybe tuition is the right path for you. And we'll also spend some time basically doing a free trial lesson where I will help you out for free with any particular topics or any particular areas of the syllabus that you know you need help with. And by the end of the call, we can then discuss whether one-to-one tuition is the right path for you to get you that grade you need to get. So once again, the link to my website is in the bio and in the description of this video. Well, that's going to be the equation S equals UT plus half AT squared. Now then, let's sub in our numbers into the formula. So minus 2 is equal to U times capital T, so 9 times T, and then plus a half of minus 10. Well, half of minus 10 is going to give you a minus 5, so minus 5, and then capital T squared. So we have here a quadratic. If we just move the two terms on the right to the left side, so 5t squared minus 9t minus 2 is equal to 0. Now, does this factorize? I mean, if I would just read the question at the start here, we're not asked, or it doesn't mention at the start of the question here, that we're not allowed to use calculator technology. As you'll notice in many pure maths questions, you sometimes are told in bold writing that you are not allowed to rely on calculator technology, in which case you would have to factorize or use the quadratic formula. So I'm just going to use my calculator here. So use calculator to solve the equation solver, polynomial solver mode on the calculator. Use calculator. So if I just go to my calculator right now, the equation solver mode, polynomial degree 2, the A is 5. Okay, so A is 5. B is minus 9, C is minus 2. So minus 9, minus 2, solve that. Okay, so it would have factorized because I've got here rational number solutions. So, I mean, if you did want to factorize this, you could actually factorize this as 5t minus 1 or plus 1, sorry, and then multiplied by t minus 2 equal to 0. So you could do that if you wanted to. So that leaves us with t equal to minus 1 over 5, as my calculator tells me, or t equal to 2. Obviously, you can't have a negative times. We forget this solution. Our solution there is t equal to 2 seconds. Now, if you do have any questions, do feel free to drop a comment below, but hopefully this video did make sense.